Without a shadow of a doubt, meditation, the practice of mindfulness, using the breath to empower ourselves from the inside out, they're all absolutely 100% scientifically proven ways of improving our life. And these things, they improve our sleep, our relationships, they improve our focus, our clarity, our ability to reduce stress, anxiety. In particular, long-term stress, it can be a real amazing tool, the practice of mindfulness, especially if you do that whilst focusing on some really nice breathing techniques. So science is completely backing these very spiritual, ancient practices. So I was asking myself for a long time, why wasn't everybody doing this? So why wasn't everybody practicing meditation, mindfulness, breathing techniques when we all know that it's really, really good for us? And so from my research and from asking people that I know, they say, well, I haven't got the time. The other thing is that I don't think it works for me. I'm just too busy. I'm not that kind of person that can sit there and chant a mantra or focus on my breath. I've got too many things to do that are way more important than doing that. But when you ask everyone, and you could ask 1,000 people, how many of you have tried meditation before? And nearly all the hands go up. But then if you ask everyone, okay, well, you've tried meditation, who does it on a daily practice? And nearly pretty much, one or two hands might go up that they do it every day. Weekly practice, you get a few more. But most people, well, pretty much nearly everyone has tried this practice of meditation, but nobody's doing it. And could it be, this is what I was asking myself, could it be that people are trying to practice the traditional methods of meditation that are just not meant for the modern high-tech human being, that's rushing around juggling family and bills and kids and a job and, all the responsibilities that we have. We're dealing with traffic jams, the phone ringing, there's messages, there's emails to answer. So maybe we're trying to do an ancient traditional practice that's just not meant for us. So in the last 3 or 4 years, what I've been putting together is a 4-step process that takes, a more modern approach, whilst also implementing all the traditional stuff that actually connects with us, because imagine, guys, you go to a meditation class, a standard meditation class, and you fight your way through traffic. You're looking at your watch, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm late again already. You're trying to find a parking space. By the time you get in there, your heart's racing. You're already in fight or flight mode. And you waste the first half an hour of a meditation class trying to simply just relax, never mind get into a meditative state of higher consciousness. So what we actually need is a process that will take us from the height of anxiety and take us through some baby steps on our way to transcend to a state of mindfulness, to a state of meditation. And so what I've put together is where we do a little bit of mind-body coherence, and this is working the body with the mind. It involves movement, because when we're coming in off the street, we've just parked our car, we're going to a meditation class, we're still pumping, it's very hard to just lie down on a yoga mat and close your eyes and zoom out. It's just, I feel very agitated if I'm asked to do that. So when people come to my class, what we do is we start off with mind-body coherence, which means that we move the body with the breath. And it's just gentle, you could call them yoga movements, gentle movements with the body, standing up with the breath to actually start to get the mind and the body working together as one. to get a little bit of harmony between the mind and the body rather than working very separately. And then we go into breathing techniques, which brings the right side of the hemisphere of the brain with working with the left side of the hemisphere of the brain. And in doing so, it strengthens what we call the corpus callosum. And this is the central strip that brings together the left logical side of the brain and the right side of the brain, which deals with more creativity and inspiration, intuition. So you can already guess that mostly we use our left side of the brain. That logical side of the brain gets really overused, and the creative side of the brain doesn't get used very much at all. So we bring these sides of the brain together by doing some very specific breathing techniques, and then we start to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. And to do this, we need to do some nice big full torso breathing techniques that really work to get the whole entire torso working, and in doing so stimulate this parasympathetic nervous system, which takes us into a state of rest and relaxation, and it quietens down the sympathetic nervous system that can be very overreactive at times, especially if you live in a highly stressed, kind of anxious environment of traffic and continuously juggling different things around you. Okay, so once we've gone through the breathing techniques, only then do we go into our mindfulness. So this is the third step in my 4-step process. And when we go into mindfulness, we're already almost there into a very slow, a very rhythmic state of alpha brainwave patterns. So we do our mindfulness and then transcend quite naturally into our meditation. And yes, we can use a mantra to do a little bit of meditation. So there is a way to meditate in this modern world. You don't have to live on a mountaintop in order for meditation to really, really work for you. But you need to be able to go to the right class that is not treating everybody like we're already Buddhists or gurus or, very well-practiced yogis. We're just ordinary people trying to juggle things in our day. So I'll put out a few videos on some of the different things that I do in my 4-step process that I'm teaching at the moment in Dubai. All the best, and I hope you start to get a little bit more interested in implementing mindfulness and meditation into your day.